Lead, arsenic, chromium, selenium. These are just a few of the heavy metals threatening your drinking water if the EPA rolls back what's known as the CCR rule. But more on that in a second. Stay with me. Hi, my name is Anna White, and I'm the Senior Communications Manager with Hoosier Environmental Council, and I'm here today to talk about coal ash. If you're not familiar, coal ash is the waste left behind from burning coal. It's loaded with heavy metals that can cause different kinds of cancer, neurological problems, and even prenatal development issues, even when people are exposed to relatively small amounts of them. That's why it's so important that coal ash is stored responsibly. But here in Indiana, we've burned coal since the 1920s. That means we've accumulated tens of millions of tons of coal ash, and most of it is stored completely inadequately. We've known for over 40 years that when coal ash gets wet, it contaminates water. And yet, most of Indiana's coal ash is stored wet in unlined pits in the floodplains of Lake Michigan and our major rivers. What happens when coal ash is stored wet in unlined pits, you ask? That's a great question. The answer is it almost always causes groundwater contamination. In Indiana, we have at least 100 coal ash storage sites, more than any other state. All but one have caused groundwater contamination above acceptable levels. In 4 sites in Indiana, coal ash has caused contamination of private wells. In one location, it's actually threatening a municipal water supply. In 2015, the EPA created what's known as the CCR rule, which created standards for current coal ash storage and requirements for cleaning up old sites. But now the EPA is proposing rolling most of it back. The proposed changes would exempt about half of coal ash storage sites in Indiana from requirements, lower cleanup standards for sites that do still qualify, allow coal ash to be stored in unlined, uncovered piles for indefinite periods of time, and allow unlimited use of coal ash as fill, which is when it's compacted and used as a base for construction projects. These practices are what led to the town of Pines, Indiana, to turn into a Superfund site, with contamination of 260 private wells and dozens of soil and residential yards. The cleanup took 20 years and took a huge toll on residents' health. There is absolutely no reason to return to practices that led to a Superfund site in our state. Indiana's rule is tied to the federal rule, meaning we can't make stricter coal ash rules at the state level, but we don't have to go back and you can take action. Check out our blog post to learn how to make a public comment to the EPA in less than 5 minutes. No writing required. If you're watching on Facebook, the link is in the description, and if you're watching on Instagram, the link is in our bio. Thank you for taking action to protect Indiana's water from heavy metals.